Let's turn on this subject to the governor of Rhode Island, Democrat Gina Raimondo. She just imposed new coronavirus restrictions for her state. She's preparing the state's health department to enter Pfizer's pilot program for vaccine distribution. Governor Raimondo, it's good to have you on with us this morning. Explain a little bit what you're doing in terms of new restrictions in your state. You have this sort of 2-week pause, as you're calling it. What does that entail, and why did you feel like you needed to take that step?
Yeah, good morning, guys. It's great to be with you this morning. So like many places, our cases are on the rise. We're in the thick of our second wave, and I felt it was necessary and responsible to impose the 2-week pause. It's the 2 weeks after Thanksgiving. I certainly hope Rhode Islanders do the right thing and stay home for Thanksgiving, but if some don't, then we're going to have a 2-week break thereafter and asking everybody to hunker down. I have prioritized keeping the kids in school. I've prioritized keeping as many businesses open as possible. But in that 2 weeks, we are closing bars, closing gyms, really clamping down on restaurants, and asking folks, just as you were talking about, just stay with the people you live with. So I have imposed a social gathering limit to the people that you live with. And we're asking people, you know, listen, I know this is hard. I know we've been at it for a long time. But if you decide to break the rules and go ahead and have a party or have that baby shower or have that birthday party, you need to know other people are going to die, are going to get sick, are going to lose their jobs, and it's just not the right thing to do.
Governor, you mentioned schools. It is a balancing act every state is dealing with. New York City just a couple of days ago closed down its in-person learning to 1.1 million students. How are you looking at this? Because I guess you've closed K through 8, pre-K through 8th grade schools, limited openings for high schools. How did you make that decision, and how do you answer to some of the teachers' unions who are saying, at this point, you ought to just put all the schools into online learning? That's how serious it is right now.
Yes, so I am keeping K through 8 fully open in person, even during the pause. And we've encouraged high schools to stay open if they can, but we've said if they can't, due to space limitations, they can go virtual for the pause. Listen, there is no data anywhere across America or across the world to suggest that schools are vectors of spread. But what we do know with certainty is that our children suffer when they're not in school. So I've taken a pretty hard line on this one. We are protecting our teachers, we're protecting our students, we're cleaning, we require mask wearing, we're keeping windows open so everyone's safe. But the children need and deserve to be in school. And so we are doing everything we can to keep as many kids in school as long as possible.
So, Governor, what about testing in your state? It seems like we're hearing reports of just nightmare scenarios where people are in cars for hours. I mean, just to get a simple test. It's unbelievable that we're still having this problem. Are you hearing this from residents of your state?
We are. Fortunately, Rhode Island, we moved quickly and early to set up a lot of testing partnerships. So we, thankfully, due to the hard work of my team, we still lead the nation in testing, highest per capita testing in the country. But it is a struggle. You know, unfortunately, you can get a test. We're able to test symptomatics and asymptomatics. But there are delays, and, you know, it may take a few days to get your test. And so we are enhancing capacity on a daily basis. Our goal is between now and when the pause begins, I'd like to double our amount of testing from where we are now. So, listen, nobody expected the federal government and the Trump administration to fully fall down on the job as much as they did. And so that has left the states to scramble. Thankfully, our systems are working in Rhode Island, and testing is just a key tool in the toolbox to keep people safe.
Governor Gina Raimondo, thank you very much for being on the show. Best of luck to you as we all work work in this together.
Thanks for checking out MSNBC on YouTube, and make sure you subscribe to stay up to date on the day's biggest stories. And you can click on any of the videos around us to watch more from Morning Joe and MSNBC. Thanks so much for watching.